There's a thin line between a revolutionary and a racketeer. One tries to break the chains, the other tries to sell you a subscription to the plantation. Tariq Nasheed calls himself the general, but generals lead soldiers into battle. Tariq leads lost souls into a gift shop. We're about to dissect the career of a man who looked at the open wound of Black America and decided the best way to treat it was to infect it for profit. What up, y'all? It's your boy Old Man, aka Oda Dread. We need to have a serious conversation today. If you've been following this series, you know we don't do gossip. We do autopsies. We dissected the bitterness of Lord Jamar. We exposed the chameleon nature of Fat Joe. But those two, they were just symptoms. Today we're cutting out the tumor. Tariq Nasheed is the man whispering in Lord Jamar's ear. He's the man using Fat Joe as a scarecrow to frighten you into isolation. He brands himself as the world's #1 race baiter. He thinks that's a flex. He thinks that's clever marketing. But I see it for what it is, a confession. He admits he's baiting you. He hooks you with legitimate historical trauma, reels you in with anger, and then charges you monthly dues to stay in his echo chamber. Tariq Nasheed is running the longest con in the history of the conscious community. And today, the game ends. You want to know who a man is? Look at where he started. Tariq didn't come up in the struggle. He came up in the game. Before he was the FBA general, he was K-Flex, a pickup artist, a Macking instructor. He wrote the book, The Art of Macking, literally. In that world, the strategy is simple. You find a woman with low self-esteem, you isolate her from her friends, you tell her that everyone else is lying to her and only you know her worth. You break her down so you can build her back up in your image. That's social engineering. That's manipulation 101. Now, look at his political career. He didn't change his methods, he just changed his victim pool. He realized that teaching men how to pick up women has a glass ceiling, but teaching Black people how to hate everyone, that market is infinite. He applied the Macking script to activism. Step 1, find the insecurity. We have no tangibles, we're at the bottom. Step 2, isolate the target. Africans are your enemy, Caribbeans are tethers, Latinos are guests. You have no allies. Step 3, position yourself as a savior. Only FBA can save you. Only I have the hidden history. He's pimping the pain of the community. He demands loyalty. He demands money. And if you question him, you get the backhand. This is where the plot thickens. This is where he uses his pawns. Take Lord Jamar, a man desperate for relevance. Tariq fed him the script. Tell them hip-hop is 100% American. Tell them the immigrants are the guests. Why? To create a wall. Then he uses Fat Joe. Now, I told you about Fat Joe. The man is a chameleon. He has stolen valor. But Tariq uses Joe's fraudulence to commit the bigger crime. Tariq holds up Fat Joe and screams, look, Latinos did nothing. They are just guests.
The thing is, we're not accepting lies. Number one, there was no Puerto Rican and Black creating hip-hop 50-50. That's a lie. The Puerto Ricans were not there in the beginning helping to create hip-hop. That's a lie. There were no Puerto Ricans rapping in the early 70s or before. If they say they were, that's a lie. They were not DJing then, that's a lie. They were not b-boying then, they came later. All of that is a lie to say they were.
He uses Fat Joe to hide the truth. Because if Tariq told you about Yellow Benji, if he told you about the Ghetto brothers, if he admitted that a Puerto Rican gang brokered the whole Avenue Peace meeting that allowed hip-hop to breathe in the first place, then his guest narrative dies. He needs Fat Joe to be the face of Latinos because Fat Joe's easy to hate. He's a liar. Tariq hides the heroes like Yellow Benji because they disprove his theory of isolation. He's erasing the true history of the South Bronx, the coalition of Black and brown survival, to sell you a lie that you're alone in this fight. Let's talk about the product, the hidden history. Hidden Colors made him a millionaire, but at what cost to the truth? He sells you feel-good fiction. He calls it scholarship. He calls it a hustle. He sat there and told millions of people that the Moors brought running water to Rome in 711 AD. But let's do the math. The Romans built the aqueducts in 312 BC. That's a 1,000-year gap. It's historically illiterate. He claims the Vatican invented Egyptology to hide Black history. He claims Aboriginal Black people were in America before Native Americans. He throws these claims out without a single peer-reviewed source. Why? Because accuracy isn't the goal. Dopamine is the goal. He knows that if he tells you we was kings, you'll feel good for an hour. You'll buy the next DVD, and you'll subscribe to the Patreon. It's junk food for the consciousness. It tastes good going down, but it leaves you malnourished and unable to fight the actual battles we face in 2026. And then there's the money. Always follow the money. The Hidden History Museum. Now, let's be clear. He opened the building. The doors are open on Jefferson Boulevard. I'm not saying the building doesn't exist. I'm saying look at how he treats the people who paid for the bricks. He raised over $1 million. That money came from working class Black folks. And when the project was delayed, which happens in construction, that's fine. A donor called his show, a Black woman who invested her hard-earned money. She asked a simple question, is this happening? Where's the money? A real leader would reassure her. A businessman would show the books. Tariq Nasheed, he roasted her. He mocked her voice, he called her a dusty, and he humiliated an investor on a live broadcast for entertainment. That's not leadership. That's a bully with a microphone. He treated his own supporters like enemies the moment they asked for accountability. And when the bullying doesn't work, he lies. Look at the Taharka Bey case. Tariq went online and destroyed this man's character, accused him of domestic violence, accused him of heinous crimes against children. He thought the internet rules applied in federal court. He found out they don't. August 2025, the verdict is in. $50,000 settlement. He had to cut a check for 50 bands because he couldn't prove his lies. That settlement is a receipt. It's proof that Tariq Nasheed will fabricate trauma on another black man just to win a Twitter argument. And don't forget the Holiday Inn incident. He posted a video of a hotel clerk having a mental breakdown. He framed it as racism. He sicked his mob on a minimum wage worker. Turns out the clerk had a history of mental illness and was being harassed for an associate's mistake. The internet raised $130,000 for this clerk. Tariq looked like a fool. He moves with zero integrity. He destroys lives for clicks. This is the tragedy of it all. The concept of lineage-based reparations has merit. There is a specific debt owed to the descendants of American chattel slavery. That is a valid political stance. But Tariq Nasheed hijacked that stance and drove it off a cliff. He wrapped the righteous cause in so much hate and xenophobia that he's turned it radioactive. He coined the term tether. He uses it to dehumanize Africans and Caribbeans. He tells you that they're tethered to foreign interests. But let's look at the reality. Tariq Nasheed is tethered to white supremacy. His entire brand depends on racism never ending. He needs the white man to be the boogeyman forever. If we actually build independent power, if we actually unified with the global diaspora, Tariq's business model collapses. He sells you isolation because isolation is profitable. He sells you anger because anger engages the algorithm. He's the Al Sharpton of the dark web, just another poverty pimp in a better suit. Tariq Nasheed is a conflict entrepreneur. He doesn't manufacture goods, he manufactures beef. He's an identity architect who builds prisons, not schools. He takes the legitimate pain of Black American history, the lynching, the redlining, the trauma, and he weaponizes it, not against the system, but against other Black people. He's still K-Flex. He's still running game. He tells you that you are the foundational people, the chosen ones, the kings and queens, but he treats you like an ATM. He mocks your questions, he bans your dissent, he takes your money and gives you a YouTube rant in return. He's not a general, he's a warden, and he's convinced thousands of people to lock themselves in a cell of hatred and throw away the key. That isn't pro-Black, that's anti-progress, and that is nefarious work. That's the video. I mean, all the receipts are there, the court documents, the history of the Ghetto brothers. You can read it for yourself. But if you're tired of the grift, if you're tired of division, and you're ready for the truth, smash that like button. Let me know in the comments, is Tariq a necessary voice or is he the biggest obstacle to real unity? I want to hear from y'all. I'm still chasing that 1,000 subscriber mark, so if you rock with facts over fiction, again, hit that subscribe button. Check out my video on Fat Joe here. Check out my other videos here. And more importantly, until next time, be the person you'd like to meet. Peace.
Oh man, I'm about to pop out. And you know I brought the drop out.